Hey everyone, this is Sophia Ramirez with SAVI Real Estate Group.
I'm Vince Gualiano.
And I'm Meredith.
And welcome to this week's edition of Let's Get Savvy.
Thank you for joining us. Is it an edition, an episode?
Yeah, it's an episode.
We'll call this part two.
We'll call it an episode.
Part two.
So thank you everyone for joining us. Remember, we're doing these live every second Wednesday of the month at 10 a.m. Short little segments here where we're going to talk about what's going on in real estate, try to inform people and be as informative as possible for buyers and sellers out there, or even if you're not in the market right now, just for future knowledge. So a few things we'd like to go over. First of all, there is the end of the first-time home buyer incentive, which is ending on the 21st of March. Soph, did you want to?
Well, I think that the last application is being accepted prior to that, and that is the last day at midnight.
March 21st, I think,
yeah. And the program's only been out since 2019, so it hasn't been a very long time, and I don't know how successful it actually was because there was a lot of loopholes.
Yeah, I think, from dealing with clients and buyers in the past, I found, yes, it probably didn't go as Ontario had planned. But, you know, the reason being that it was a shared equity program where, you know, a buyer could get 5 to 10% for a down payment for a home, and it sounded great. But come maturity, 25 years later, when you go to sell the house, at that point you're paying that same percentage back
to the government.
So if your house is, you know, $1 million more at that point, you're paying all that extra money back. So I don't think it went as planned. It didn't last very long, and obviously we had COVID in between there as well, which put a little wrinkle in it. But that, again, it is coming to an end March 21st. Okay, so anybody that is looking to get into the program, make sure you submit your application by then. So a question that we received actually was, when is the best time to sell my home? And we get this question all the time. So, Meredith, what do you think? In your opinion, when's the best time to sell your house?
I think it really differs for each individual client and person. There's so many factors that weigh into this decision and the timing of it. But I really think that reaching out to us is the most important thing, and just getting that knowledge firsthand, because I feel a lot of people try to do it on their own and they wait till the spring market or things like that where they think they're going to get the best value for their investment or selling, and it doesn't really catch. So I think just staying in touch with a realtor and knowing those times, like, that's what we advocate for and that's what we advise for. So I don't really necessarily think there's a best time for the generic group, but just talking with your realtor to figure that out per property is the best thing to do.
Perfect.
So I'll just chime in there on, like, when you said the spring market, because this time of year we get that all the time. People saying, I'm going to wait for the spring market. I'm going to wait for the spring market. We are currently in the spring market, guys. So this is the time that you want to start thinking about listing or buying, because, you know, you have to factor in the 30 to 90 days for closing, and, you know, that adds to your time frame. So this is the spring market.
And another thing I actually just read about was that there have been 9.7% more mortgage applications in the past week and a half. And that's really telling us, with those kind of statistics, that more people are looking to buy, more people are coming to the market. So if competition is not something you're looking for as a buyer, you kind of need to consider those different things there.
Yeah, people are ready to move. They're ready to make a move. That's what it's telling us. Right now, I think I'm seeing a lot of, and I know we discussed it last time, but multiple offers are coming back again. That's a thing. There's more buyers than there are homes on the market at the moment. So, you're right. The spring market is now, and it takes a little bit of time to get your house prepared to sell, you know, for us to do an evaluation and get all of that stuff organized. Let's talk about that real quick too, because I know people will ask that question. What's the process? How long does that buying and selling process take? What would you advise your clients in terms of getting the house ready to sell and putting it on the market?
So I think the first thing that we do when we do a walkthrough and they're going to list the houses, decluttering the home, getting rid of personal items. A fresh coat of paint never hurts, and just getting it all cleaned up and ready to go. I think those are the main things that I would say in a walkthrough.
I think also, like, if you're even thinking about it, it's a lot of work. It's a long process, and that's why having a realtor is so important. And I know we help so many clients throughout such a journey. Sometimes it can be months, and sometimes it can be a quick 60-day situation. But it really, really helps to get all your ducks in a row and do things like that. If you're thinking about selling, declutter your home, get in touch with a realtor, get pre-approved for buying, and all of these things, because once you're in it, it moves quickly. And if you find a place you love, you want to be able to act on that.
Yeah.
And some people don't take into account how many things you have to do. And but that's what we're here for. So.
Perfect. And the home evaluation is great. Everybody wants to know always what their stocks are worth or whatever investments they have, but your home is your biggest asset.
Yeah.
And whether you do want to buy or sell, it is great to know what your home is worth. And we come by and we door knock and we offer free home evaluations like lots of people do. But take advantage of that when you have the opportunity to have that done.
Definitely.
Why not? I know Meredith and I were door knocking last week, and again, we're gonna talk about stuff that we hear all the time. And some people say, what's the famous line when we walk up to someone's door?
You have to take me out of here
in a box.
In a pine box. And their community, but circumstances change, and sometimes you have to move, and sometimes you're downsizing, sometimes you have to upsize. But it's good to know the value of your home in advance so that you know what the next step is going to be as well.
Definitely.
And things are ever changing. You might not know your home could have increased in value, and you have no idea. So definitely reach out to us. We'll be happy to do that for you guys.
Yeah. And then a couple things. I'm just curious. I want your opinion. Is there any spots right now that you're seeing a lot of attention, or you prefer to take your clients to? Any hot spots? Hamilton, Burlington?
Restaurant wise?
No, home wise.
Home wise.
Yeah. Any spots that you really, really like? I know for myself, I'm loving the South Burlington spots. I just feel like there is a lot of future value in some of those homes that are selling just in that. Just below $1 million or just in that $1 million range that have big lots, and I feel like there's a lot of potential there. Yeah. But any other spots you guys can think of?
I'm new to the Waterdown area, and I'm loving just exploring the older part of Waterdown where the older homes are, and I'm getting out there doing my flyers and really learning about what that area has to offer. And I have to tell you, I'm absolutely loving it, loving it. And it's beautiful, the trails, and so I'm really trying to focus on Waterdown and just getting to know every corner of it. So
I love that.
Perfect.
Yeah, I would say Westcliff for me. That is the neighborhood I've grown up in, and we were door knocking there last week. And there's so many friendly families and older couples. I just love it. You're right near the Shadok Stairs and the Bruce Trail. And I just find it such an amazing lifestyle. You'll see people walking their kids, walking their dogs, going to do the stairs, and it's just such a beautiful, vibrant part of Hamilton. So Westcliff for sure.
And I find
Lock Street.
Yes,
Lock Street as well. Sorry.
I find Westcliff is one of those transitioning areas where you notice a lot of the families that have been there for 30 years are now moving out, and you get some of these young families coming in.
That's what Bob was telling us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Right on in Westcliff, right? Right off the trails there, and I love it. But I'm glad that I have trails where I am now too.
Waterdown is so
many trails. We can actually walk from Waterdown over to Shadok. It would take a while, but
I'll meet you in the middle.
All right, so you will see us outdoor knocking over the next week or so. We got some great St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, I'll be bringing the luck of the Irish.
Things coming out. Have to announce we have an open house this weekend on Sunday from 2 to 4 at our fantastic listing at 279 Homewood Avenue in Hamilton.
Beautiful home.
You need to get in and see this place. It is full of potential. It has a secondary spot in the backyard where you can have an office or have maybe one of your kids playrooms or something in there, but great spot. Again, Natalie, who's not with us here today, but she will be there from 2 to 4 on Sunday this coming week, and maybe we'll have some St. Patty's Day treats in there or something.
Yeah.
So
beer.
And yes, so I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. Again, if you join us on the live and you have any questions, feel free to reach out or send us a message in advance. We'd like to answer any questions that you have about buying or selling. But please do remember, if you want a home evaluation, reach out to myself, Sophia, Meredith, Brian, Natalie, Katie, anybody on the team. We'd love to come and give you a home evaluation, help you out, or get you into your next home. So again, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks, guys.
And enjoy a safe